This woman took off her scarf and tied it around her waist. Then she threw herself forward and fell toward the speeding train. She spreads her arms wide. She seems to be enjoying her freedom. She's done this crazy act more than once, but every time she drew back, the men would always run away in fear. Until this day, there was a man in the carriage again, and with a single glance, the man couldn't move his feet anymore. Her hair was flying, but still can't cover that exquisite face. When his eyes met, he felt his heart skip a beat. The man felt his heart beating hard. The woman took off her scarf and tied it around her waist. Then she threw the other end to the man. She closes her eyes again and soars into the wind. She didn't know. This man was different from the others. He wasn't afraid, he was happy. He wrapped the scarf around his hand a few times. He poked his body out of the car, using the pole as support. At this moment, the lake is filled with the reflection of the sky. The man's eyes are filled with the woman's smile. As the train moves on, the woman soon opened her eyes. She saw the man in front of her. In shock, she pulled him back into the car. They looked at each other for a long time. Neither of them knew how to speak. Until the train arrived at the station, the woman hurried into the crowd. Before Mike realized that he had to follow her, he saw the figure dancing in the wind. He was too late to catch up. Luckily, he got on a bus and stopped at the intersection with the woman's bus. He managed to get her attention. Mike started asking her name. The woman's mouth turns up at the corners. She follows Mike's lead and writes on the car window. They didn't have time to talk much. The cars went in different directions. Mike didn't give up. He searched every corner of the city, but their destiny didn't seem to be in the right place. They passed the same photo studio. They painted the same picture on the same wall. They ate at the same restaurants, but they never met. Until this day, Mike saw a handprint on the wall, and a look of regret flashed across his face. He was finally sure that the woman was in this place. It turns out that Mike is not an ordinary person. He's a famous palm reader. Just by looking at the palm lines, he can tell the past and future of a person. He's a palmist, but he doesn't have a love line. Maybe that's why he always misses. It's just that God also has a time to snooze.